to deal with the fluff. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Graham Johnson from Tabletop Glory. Today's video is another algorithm video. I really wanted to put out a video this week, but with holidays going on that my family celebrate, it's just been a lot for me to deal with. I was planning to do some Stargrave miniatures. These are going to be for a commission, and I wanted to show off these. They are going to be getting a simple conversion, as they're going to be used by the person who commissioned me for a Star Wars based game. So right now we're kicking around the idea of either using some Warhammer heads, some specifically Warhammer Legionnaire heads, or using some Cadian Shock Trooper heads. We're not really sure, but we may end up 3D printing some Stormtrooper helmets for these. We're still trying to kick around exactly what he wants. As well as, I have been using a Masterson's wet palette for probably almost 5 years now. I figured that's a good enough time to really put it through its paces and decide what I do and don't like about it, and really get a good chance to understand it. A wet palette is one of those things that feels super simple at first, and the first couple of times you use it, it's either an amazing experience or a horrible experience, depending upon whether or not you actually read the instructions. Because believe it or not, there is a specific way that you're supposed to prep these things to use them, and if you don't prep them properly, it leads to actually a miserable experience. So we're gonna make a video talking about how to properly prep these things, along with the things I like and don't like about it. Object source lighting is something that eludes a lot of people, and this can be everything simple from glow on plasma weapons to lights on vehicles, and everything and anything in between, especially when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons miniatures that might be holding something like a lantern or some kind of spell that you want to give the illusion is giving off life, such as a fireball spell. So that is a video that I want to work on. I've got to set a few miniatures aside that can all do different aspects of object source lighting. So you will see a mixture of various videos along the way where there will be some lighting effects that aren't explained in that video, and that's because I'm going to use the footage from that lighting effect for the big overarching video that is coming down the road for lighting effects. In addition to that, I'm not a big fan of AI, but I feel like when AI is used properly, there's no reason not to use it. I have sourced an AI that I have punched in prompts of things that I know how to do and asked it to generate topics for videos. And so I have accrued a beautiful collection of things that could work out as topics for videos. I'll have to go through and see which ones can be culminated together into videos and which ones will have to be their own individual video. In addition to this, I want to try my hand at a Bob Ross style painting, but I also want to do it in miniature. Not necessarily on a small canvas, but maybe on the shield of a miniature. I think that could make for a really cool display piece. In addition to this, I also want to harness my inner Bob Ross. You see, a lot of people during the pandemic were watching me live stream over on TikTok, and quite a few people constantly referred to me as the Bob Ross of miniature painting on TikTok, which is a title that I am honored to have earned. That having been said, I want to channel my inner Bob Ross by recreating Magic the Gathering cards as dioramas. Now, this is something that I've seen a few other content creators do in the past, and they usually do one card and then stop. I want to try to challenge myself to do one of every monotype, and depending upon how that goes, one video each, I may try and step things up and do more complicated miniatures, or miniature dioramas with some more complicated art cards that will require a lot more scratch building. In addition to this, I also want to try to mix Warhammer and Dungeons and Dragons and many of the other miniature games into that as possible. So you might see my interpretation of an art style in a different genre in order to build a diorama around that inside that magic card. In any case, guys, thanks so much for hearing out my thoughts. These are some of the things that are coming down the road and some of the things that I want to try to work on. And in any case, may your display case always be filled and your pile of shame never run empty. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it.